Welcome to the Let's Talk About Love, Sex, and Infidelity podcast with your host, Todd Creager. Todd has over 35 years of experience working with thousands of couples as a licensed therapist in his private practice. Todd shares his insights on this show. It's never too early to divorce-proof your marriage or too late to heal yourselves and have the relationship you truly want.
Hi, everybody. This is Todd Creager. The name of my talk today is Meditation Can Shift Your Relationship, even without your partner. It's great when both people participate, but I have found that it takes one person to make a shift, and meditation is one of those tools that we could use to really access the best in ourselves. You know, for decades, I've been talking about the idea of bringing the best out of others. It was a big part of my book that came out in 2008, The Long Hot Marriage, where I talk about that very theme. And what I'm talking about in that is that we are not just non-participant observers in our relationships, that if our partner is doing something that is kind towards us, maybe we have something to do with it. And if the partner's treating us in a way we don't like, maybe we have something to do with it. Now, I'm not blaming ourselves. Our partner has his or her own stuff. That is true also. But what I have found over and over again is that when one partner accesses the best part of themselves, that they bring out something really good in their partner. Simple examples, right? You have somebody who is very anxious and stressed about something, and they share with their partner, and they're all stressed out, and then the other partner gets frustrated and angry that, why are you stressed out? Why are you stressed out? Don't be stressed out. It doesn't help, right? It doesn't relax the person. It's like that one partner's reactivity affected the other person's reactivity. But what if one person's really stressed and the other person, as they're in the vicinity of that person's stress and hearing about it, is able to access a part of them that could be caring and tuned in and listen and not let their own reactivity take over, and they could stay present and tuned in. What happens? Well, what happens is that the person feels heard usually and is able to calm down somewhat. And so now you have one person's calmness and strength is now contagious, and the other person starts to feel that, right? It's a simple explanation. We've been around people, for example, that there's something about when I'm with that person, I always feel good. It always brings out my best, or it always brings out my inner calmness. And then there are other people where it's not so good, right? So we know that other people's energy affects us. And if that's the case, of course, our energy affects others. And so we impact each other, sometimes in very subtle ways, but they can have powerful effects. So then along comes meditation. And if we could practice meditating to access the best parts of ourselves, then what happens is, like the example I gave, okay, you person stressed, you meditated that day, kind of tuned in, you're calm, you're rooted and grounded, I should say. And so you're not as easily swayed, which is one of the things that meditation can do for you. And I talk directly about that. The other person is going to be positively affected. You can't not have effect. We're not neutral. So if one person is consistently meditating, as I do, and as I encourage many of my clients and friends to do, actually, that they are going to definitely affect the energy of their partner. So again, I'm not saying that you are in control. I'm just saying that you are magnetic. And the more you meditate, the more you find that place in you that is loving and calm, can be unconditionally loving, is not as affected by other people's stuff, the more they will heal quicker, be soothed quicker, and bring the best out of them. So, for example, the program I have coming up, Meditation for Couples, is something where I encourage, if possible, for both people to do it, but it is not necessary for the relationship to have a positive shift. And again, the reason I say that is in my own relationship, I know that had been the case, even though I was doing a lot of the meditating first, it became, my wife was interested in what the heck was going on with this guy. And of course, now she is meditating too. And that's wonderful. Now, of course, that's the best of all worlds, but I just want to tell you that you don't really have to focus so much on the other person's behavior. You don't have to wait for the other person's behavior to change. You can be the best person you can be in meditation or out of meditation. I'm just saying meditation is one of those things that can really help bring the best out of you, so that when you're in those moments, those heat of the moment moments, that you may able to respond in a way that is healing. So that's what I wanted to say about that. This is Todd Creager, making the world safe for love. Thanks for listening.
That's it for today's episode of Let's Talk About Love, Sex, and Infidelity Podcast with your host, Todd Creager. For free resources and materials, head over to toddcreager.com. Loved this episode? Head over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and leave a review. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.